Today we are uncovering the truth behind a penny that almost everyone has seen, but very few truly understand. Think about this for a second. A Liberty 1-cent 1971 Lincoln penny sitting quietly in your pocket, drawer, or old coin jar. It looks common, ordinary, and easy to ignore. But here is the reality. If you have this coin, it might actually turn the tables for you. Collectors on eBay, online marketplaces, and auction platforms are actively searching for specific 1971 pennies. And some are paying prices that surprise even long-time coin enthusiasts. Stay with me until the end, because I will explain why this penny matters, what it is worth today, and how you can sell it the right way. The 1971 Lincoln penny belongs to an important transitional period in United States coinage. These coins were still made primarily of copper, giving them a solid feel and long-term collectible appeal. The obverse features the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, along with the word Liberty and the date 1971. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial stands as a powerful symbol of American history and continuity. While millions of these pennies were produced, time, circulation, and handling have greatly reduced the number of high-quality examples available today. What truly drives interest in a Liberty 1-cent 1971 penny is condition and variety. These coins were struck at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and each mint version carries different levels of desirability. Philadelphia coins are the most common, but even those can bring strong prices in top condition. Denver issues are often tougher to locate with sharp details, and San Francisco coins, especially proof versions, are highly sought after by collectors. Experts carefully inspect Lincoln's facial features, the sharpness of the lettering, and the clarity of the Lincoln Memorial to determine a coin's true grade. Now let us talk about real market value. On eBay and other online platforms, circulated 1971 Lincoln pennies typically sell for small amounts. However, once you move into uncirculated territory, prices change dramatically. High-grade examples with original red color have sold for hundreds of dollars. Auction results show that professionally graded mint state coins, especially those with exceptional surfaces, have crossed the $1,000 mark when competition is strong. These are confirmed sales, not guesses, and they show how much collectors are willing to pay for quality. Errors and special varieties make this penny even more exciting. Some 1971 pennies show double die features, off-center strikes, or unusual mint characteristics that collectors actively hunt for. These details are often missed by non-collectors, which is why valuable coins still slip through unnoticed. A penny that appears ordinary, at first glance, can become highly desirable once these traits are identified. Original condition is critical. Coins that have never been cleaned or polished. We are talking about a coin that many people have spent without a second thought. Yet collectors now chase it aggressively. Imagine holding a Liberty 1-cent 1962 Lincoln penny in your hand. A small copper coin that looks common and ordinary. But here is the surprise. If you have this coin, it might actually turn the tables for you. Many examples have sold on eBay, online marketplaces, and major auctions for prices that shock even experienced collectors. Stay with me until the end, because I will reveal why this penny matters, what it is really worth today, and how you can sell it the right way. The 1962 Lincoln penny comes from a time when the United States was still producing 1-cent coins in solid copper. This was just before major composition changes, making these pennies heavier and more desirable than many modern issues. The obverse features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, with the word Liberty behind him and the date 1962 clearly visible. The reverse carries the Lincoln Memorial design, a symbol of national pride that defined an entire generation of U.S. coinage. Millions were struck, but surviving examples in top condition are far rarer than most people realize. What makes the Liberty 1-cent 1962 penny interesting is not just its age, but its varieties and condition. These coins were minted in Philadelphia and Denver, and the mint mark plays a significant role in value. Philadelphia coins are more common, while Denver issues are often tougher to find in higher grades. Collectors closely examine the sharpness of Lincoln's features, the clarity of the lettering, and the condition of the Lincoln Memorial steps on the reverse. Even tiny details can mean the difference between a few dollars and a much higher payout when we look at real-world prices. The numbers speak for themselves. On eBay and other online platforms, circulated 1962 Lincoln pennies usually sell for modest amounts. However, coins in uncirculated condition, especially those with strong red color and no signs of wear, have sold for hundreds of dollars. Auction records show that professionally graded high mint state examples have reached well over $1,000. When two collectors compete, these are not hopes or rumors. These are documented sales that show how much demand exists for the right coin. Errors and special strikes add another layer of value. Some 1962 pennies display doubled lettering, repunched mint marks, or strike anomalies that collectors are willing to pay premiums for. Many of these errors go unnoticed for years, sitting quietly in collections or jars. A coin that looks average can become highly valuable once these details are identified. Original surfaces are critical. Coins that have never been cleaned or altered consistently bring stronger prices across all selling platforms. Demand remains strong because Lincoln cents are one of the most collected series in the world. Beginners love them, advanced collectors.
What if a small copper penny from the middle of World War II could still be hiding a surprise today? The Liberty Wheat Penny from 1944 is one of the most historically powerful coins ever to circulate in America. Born during a time of sacrifice, rationing, and national unity. If you have this coin, it might turn the tables for you. So stick around until the end because its price and how you can sell it could completely change how you see this ordinary looking penny. The year 1944 sits right at the heart of World War II. America was fully engaged in the conflict. Factories were working day and night, and metal was strictly controlled for the war effort. The 1944 Wheat Penny tells a remarkable story because it marks the return to copper. After the famous steel pennies of 1943, these coins were struck using recycled shell casings from the battlefield, giving the 1944 penny a direct physical connection to the war itself. On the front of the coin, Abraham Lincoln's portrait appears strong and resolute, reflecting the determination of the nation at that time. Collectors carefully study Lincoln's hair details, the sharpness of his jawline, and the clarity of the date. Many 1944 pennies saw heavy circulation, so examples with crisp features immediately stand out on eBay and other online auction platforms. The reverse design features the classic wheat ears, symbolizing abundance and hope during a difficult period. On most circulated coins, the wheat lines are worn or flat, but coins that still show bold, separated wheat stalks are far more desirable. Strong reverse detail often plays a major role in determining auction results. Mint marks are extremely important for the 1944 Wheat Penny. These coins were produced in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While all are collectible, certain mint and condition combinations attract serious attention. Collectors also closely examine 1944 pennies because of the famous error where a small number were mistakenly struck on leftover steel plankets from 1943. These rare steel 1944 pennies are legendary and can sell for extraordinary prices when authenticated. Condition once again defines the difference between common and valuable. Most worn 1944 pennies are affordable, but uncirculated examples can be surprisingly valuable. Coins graded in high mint state with original red color and strong luster are especially sought after. On online platforms, these high-grade examples often trigger aggressive bidding from collectors who understand their long-term value. Error coins add another exciting layer to the 1944 issue. Double dies, off-center strikes, and other minting errors are actively hunted. When genuine errors appear in auctions, they can sell for many times the value of a normal coin, proving that even a penny can hold incredible potential. The collector market continues to show strong interest in World War II era coins, and the 1944 Liberty Wheat Penny stands out because of its unique story. The Liberty Wheat Penny from 1932 is a powerful reminder of survival, struggle, and resilience in American history, and today collectors are paying close attention to it. If you have this coin, it might turn the tables for you. So stick around until the end because its price and how you can sell it could change everything you think you know. About old pennies. The year 1932 was one of the hardest years the United States had ever faced. Banks were failing, unemployment was soaring, and families depended on every coin they could earn or save. The 1932 Liberty Wheat Penny circulated during this critical moment, making it a deeply symbolic piece of American life. Coins from this era carry emotional and historical weight that modern collectors truly appreciate. Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the front of the coin reflects strength and determination. Collectors carefully study the sharpness of Lincoln's features, the clarity of the date, and the overall strike. Because so many 1932 pennies were heavily used, coins with strong details and minimal wear are far more difficult to find today and attract serious interest on eBay and other online auction platforms. The reverse design displays the classic wheat ears, representing prosperity and hope during a time when both were in short supply. On most circulated examples, the wheat lines appear flat or worn, but coins that still show bold, clear wheat stalks are especially desirable. A strong reverse scan significantly influence auction results and final sale prices. Mint marks are an important factor for the 1932 wheat penny. These coins were struck in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While none are considered extremely rare in low grades, collectors actively seek well-preserved examples from all three mints. Higher-grade coins, particularly those with strong original color, can command impressive prices in the market. Condition is where value truly begins to rise. Most worn 1932 pennies are affordable, but uncirculated examples tell a very different story. Coins graded in mint state, especially those with original red or red-brown color, are much harder to find and highly sought after. On auction platforms, these coins often attract competitive bidding from serious collectors. Error coins add another exciting dimension to the 1932 issue. Double dies, off-center strikes, and other minting errors are known and highly collectible. When authenticated error coins appear online, they can sell for many times the value of a standard example, proving that even a small penny from a difficult time can hold surprising value. The collector market continues to show strong interest in Great Depression-era coins. The 1932 Liberty Wheat Penny stands out because it represents a turning point in American history and the strength of a nation under pressure. This historical importance keeps demand steady across eBay and major online platforms. If you have a 1932 Liberty Wheat Penny, take a moment to examine. The Liberty Jefferson nickel 1977 may look ordinary at first glance, but if you have this coin, it might turn the tables for you. Stick around until the end of the video because we are going to talk about its real value, how much it is selling for on eBay and other online platforms, and exactly how you can sell it the right way. The year 1977 sits in an interesting chapter of American history. The United States was moving through economic pressure, rising inflation, and changes in metal markets. During this time, the U.S. Mint focused on producing large quantities of circulating coins to meet everyday demand. Because of this, reality plays a major role in why certain 1977 Jefferson nickels are now attracting collector attention. The Jefferson nickel design, first introduced in 1938, had already become a familiar part of American life by 1977. Thomas Jefferson's portrait on the front represents leadership, independence, and intellectual strength. Collectors closely examine the sharpness of Jefferson's profile, the clarity of the word liberty, and the condition of the date. Many 1977 nickels were struck with weaker details, so examples with crisp features stand out strongly in today's market. On the reverse side, Monticello remains the centerpiece of the design, symbolizing Jefferson's legacy and vision. For the 1977 Jefferson nickel, the steps of Monticello are especially important. Coins showing clearer and more complete steps are much harder to find than most people realize. These details significantly influence value, especially when collectors are competing to complete high-quality sets. In terms of composition, the 1977 Jefferson nickel does not contain silver. It is made from a copper-nickel alloy, consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. The standard weight of the coin is about 5 grams. While it may not have silver value, its collector value depends heavily on condition, strike quality, and rarity in higher grades. Now let's talk about value, because this is where things become interesting. Most circulated 1977 Jefferson nickels are still worth face value, and many people overlook them for this reason. However, uncirculated examples with strong original luster often sell for several dollars on eBay and Similar platforms. Coins graded in higher mint state levels can reach much stronger prices, especially when demand is high and supply is limited. Mint errors add another layer of excitement to the 1977 Jefferson nickel. Off-center strikes, double die details, broad strikes, and planchette errors have all been reported for this year. These error coins are highly sought and regular examples. Even small mistakes can make a big difference in auction results. One of the biggest mistakes people make is cleaning their coins. Cleaning removes original surfaces and reduces value instantly. Collectors prefer natural toning. The coin we are uncovering today could be hiding in plain sight. The Liberty Jefferson nickel 1968D is often overlooked, but if you have this coin, it might turn the tables for you. So stick around until the end of the video because I will explain its value and exactly how you can sell it the right way. The year 1968 holds an important place in American coin history. It was a time when the United States Mint was still adjusting after the major changes of the 1960s, especially the removal of silver from most circulating coins. By 1968, mint marks had returned after being absent for several years, making the D-mint mark from Denver especially interesting to collectors. This return of mint marks marked a new era of transparency and identification in U.S. coinage, and coins from this period carry historical significance beyond their face value. The Jefferson nickel design itself dates back to 1938 and honors Thomas Jefferson, one of the founding fathers of the United States. On the front of the 1968 D nickel, Jefferson's portrait appears with fine details that collectors carefully examine. The sharpness of the hair, the clarity of the word liberty, and the strength of the date all play a major role in determining condition. Many nickels from this era were heavily used in daily transactions, which makes well-preserved examples far less common today. On the reverse side, Monticello, Jefferson's historic home, is displayed with clean architectural lines. Collectors closely inspect the steps of Monticello, as strong and complete steps can significantly increase a coin's desirability, while full steps nickels are rare for this period. Examples with clearer step definition often sell for higher prices on eBay and other online platforms. In terms of composition, the 1968 D Jefferson nickel does not contain silver. It is made of a copper-nickel alloy, consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. The standard weight of this coin is approximately 5 grams. Weight consistency is important when identifying authentic coins and spotting potential mint errors, which are highly sought after by collectors. When it comes to value, most circulated 1968 D Jefferson nickels are worth only face value. However, condition changes everything. Uncirculated examples, with original luster and minimal contact marks can sell for several dollars online. Coins graded in higher mint state levels by professional grading services can command even stronger prices, especially when demand for high-quality nickels increases. Auction records show that collectors are willing to pay a premium for coins that stand out in preservation and strike quality. Mint errors add another layer of excitement to this coin. Off-center strikes, double die features, weak strikes, and planchette errors have all been reported for nickels from this era. These errors are actively. You scroll away, pause for a moment because today's coin is one that many people still have lying unnoticed in drawers and old jars. The Liberty Jefferson nickel 1980p may look simple, but if you have this coin, it might turn the tables for you. So stick around until the end of the video because the price and the right way to sell it could genuinely surprise you. The year 1980 was a unique period in United States history. Inflation, rising metal prices, and economic uncertainty shaped how coins were produced and circulated. During this time, the Philadelphia Mint struck a massive number of Jefferson nickels without a mint mark change in design, focusing on quantity rather than perfection. Because of this, many 1980p nickels entered circulation quickly, leading to heavy wear on most surviving examples. This is exactly why higher quality pieces have become far more desirable among collectors today. The Jefferson nickel design itself has deep historical roots. First introduced in 1938, by 1980, the design was already decades old, yet it remained a symbol of American tradition. On the front of the coin, Thomas Jefferson's portrait reflects both artistic legacy and national pride. Collectors carefully study the sharpness of Jefferson's hair, the clarity of the word liberty, and the strength of the date. Weak strikes were common during this era, so coins with bold details stand out strongly in the collector market. On the reverse side, Monticello represents Jefferson's home and his intellectual legacy. For the 1980p Jefferson nickel, the steps of Monticello are one of the most important details collectors look for. Fully defined steps are extremely difficult to find for this year due to strike quality issues at the mint. Coins showing stronger step definition consistently achieve higher prices on eBay and other online platforms, especially when demand from registry set collectors increases. In terms of composition, the 1980p Jefferson nickel does not contain silver. It is made from a copper-nickel alloy, consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. The standard weight of the coin is approximately 5 grams. Weight consistency plays an important role when identifying mint errors or confirming authenticity, which can greatly affect value. Now let's talk about value, because this is where the story becomes interesting. Most circulated 1980p Jefferson nickels are still worth face value. However, uncirculated examples with strong original luster often sell for several dollars on eBay. Coins graded in higher mint state levels can command much stronger prices at auction, especially when they show above average strike quality. Some top-grade examples have surprised sellers with results far beyond expectations. Mint errors are another major factor that can push the value of a 1980p Jefferson nickel much higher. Off-center strikes, broad strikes, double die features, weak strikes, and planchet errors